Press the options button. I'm gonna get copyright claims. Alright. 5/19/2020. That was the date. 22/31/15. I don't know what that means, but probably like 22 hours, 31 minutes, 15 seconds or something. I don't know how long it's fucking been for this shit. Okay, everybody. Yeah, I don't think let's go over this. Truth bullets. Monokuma file. Victim was Sakura. Time of death is estimated around 12 noon. Body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seemed that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Rec room door. A chair had been jammed against the door within the rec room, blocking access from the outside. It is believed that the killer did this to create a locked room scenario. Besides Sakura's body, Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forward. Traces of blood were found in her mouth, presumably when she vomited blood. However, there was no injury or indication as to why she would have vomited blood. Magazine shelf bloodstain. A bloodstain was found in front of a shelf of magazines. The blood is presumed to be Sakura's. There's currently no explanation for how a blood stain would have appeared so far away from the victim, from where the victim was found. Polka dot candy wrapper. At one point, Hina had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave these candies to Sakura, which had the type of wrapper. According to Hina, she monopolized this candy as soon as it had become available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible. They're on the floor. The pieces of red glass scattered near the table of the rec room, finding a top that I can't fucking read apparently. It's hard for me to read. Yeah. Why, I don't know. There were pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. After finding the top and bottom pieces, it was concluded that the shards must have come from a bottle. Figure on the floor. The Monokuma figure was found laying on the rec room floor. It would roughly fit the palm of your hand. Monokuma bottles. There are a number of red bottles on the shelf in the rec room. Inside each bottle is a Monokuma figure. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles. Empty protein drink. An empty protein drink was found in the rec room door. The container had labeled reading Kim A2. The shards of glass from the window that was broken to get into the room were found both around and underneath the container. Locker handprint. A fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open door. Since the locker was open before they opened the door of the locked room, there's no way someone's hiding there before they arrived. Hina's account. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yoshihiro, asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's door room. Byakuya's account. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but also claimed that he never went to see her, and in fact had not seen her at all that day. Toko's account. Toko confirmed that she received Sakura's note, but also claimed to have never seen her. Pocket trash. A small bit of garbage accidentally fell out of Yoshihiro's pocket. It was a piece of paper with red polka dot dots on it. Yellow powder. Yellow powder was found on the instep of Sakura's foot. Koiko's examination summary. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not 1. No blood was found in either of her hands. A Monokuma's bottle experiment. All of Monokuma's bottles appear to be roughly the same weight. However, when the bottle shards were weighed against an intact bottle, the shards were found to be heavier. Magazine dying message. On the magazine shelf, one magazine had been put back upside down. Inside the magazine, Soko's name has been written in blood. It is assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so. Chem Lab shelf. On the shelf in the Chem Lab, Section A contains supplements, Section B contains regiments, and Section C contains harmful chemicals. A bottle of poison labeled in Section C has been placed in Section A on the shelf. Source of powder. There was a broken bottle in front of the Chem shelf. It was labeled Chem C4. The powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would have been spilled after the incident took place. Footprints in the powder. Someone had left footprints in the powder spilled in the Chem Lab. These footprints appeared only to the leftmost section of the shelf. From it, it can be assumed that the subject only had business in this area. Alright. There's a good jogging of memory there. Class trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Mina seems to be really sure that one of those three is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Make your argument. Hina's account.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Shoot!
Oh, fuck. I don't know why I did that. I was trying to...
It was one of you.
Really?
One of you killed...
And what reason?
I was trying to
Because
get...
you
I pressed the
hated
wrong
her.
button.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Yeah, I know.
It was one of you killed...
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
No, that's wrong.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Does that mean that one of them did it? Pocket trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation!
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could only have given the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. The reason I know that is, that's when Sakura got candy.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
At
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. When Kyoko found the dying message in it, it was on the magazine.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Very wise, young Padawan. Magazine dying message.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said the dying message found the first word from body that at that time where was magazine.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Ah, fuck.
And I can tell you when
I found it was only after I found the magazine when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense!
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was discovered.
Fuck!
And I can tell you it was only after I found the magazine when I pulled it
Fuck
out.
it, I'm just
What I said makes total
I'm just
sense!
gonna use the fucking slow down time. There's a
I can
trophy
tell you exactly
for
when
not
I found
using
the
it,
when
but...
Ogre's body was discovered.
Are you fucking serious?
I can tell you when I found the
Dying message. It was only after I found the magazine when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense!
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Shoot!
What?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found the when Ogre's body was discovered.
Shoot!
What did I... What?
I can tell you exactly when I found
What?
the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
I don't
And
know.
I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Shoot!
Wait, what is wrong? I don't know.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out,
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No, that's wrong.
It only took me like 40 tries, but I got it.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it. After we'd begun the investigation, and you weren't at the murder scene. So there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. He was ready to see me fuck up even more. Ow.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof.
BAM!
Prove it.
Bitch! I think I mastered
I'm
that part.
completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
There's gonna be the shortest class. This has to be a trick.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help you give some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm gonna end it today. I'm gonna end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed.
Hey Jesus, what's up?
So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you
What's up?
die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
Sorry about that. So, it was that Hiro. So what is it that Hiro, doesn't make sense? What he would have, is that, what doesn't make sense is that why he picked Toko? Well, it seems for Toko to kill someone random, right? It's a perfect kill. Something to die. Shit. Alright. If you're wanting to pin the time on Toko, there's one thing. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, that didn't make sense. And now you're after writing message. I have no idea.
I got it!
Oh, I just
That's
completely
true.
guessed.
Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Huh?
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
So there's only one choice. It would be Toko.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
Because Sakura died by 2 blows to the head, not 1.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time, when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
which indicates just yet Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have proof of that. So he says, fuck. It would be...
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Shoot!
I didn't want to, but
I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from... And you only hit her once. Is that...
yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
What am I supposed to...
You hit her from behind. And you only
I'm
hit her
so
once.
confused on what
Is
I'm
that
supposed
right?
to do.
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious?
I only have half a heart left.
Hiro really is
I
the killer!
don't know. Like, I know why, because it's supposed to have two blows to the head. But I don't know what I'm supposed. Like, I don't know when I'm supposed to use it. If it is Kyoko's body thing, which I'm pretty sure. I think Kyoko's summary on here. Yeah, but I already. I don't know. Because I know it's Kyoko's examination summary. I don't know. I think I'm gonna try what I think, and if it's wrong, it's wrong.
But I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from... And you only hit...
Fuck!
Once, after the first swing, the bottle shattered and...
See? Hiro really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
shoot!
Oh.
Is this really... I refuse to give up yet.
That's no, the second thing he says. I already did that though, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, I'll do it again. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal, I just didn't want to retry.
But I grabbed him on a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do...
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
I'm going to
After
hurt
the first
someone.
swing,
See? Hero really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I grabbed him on a coom and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from...
And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Yeah, see?
Shoot!
How's that the
I
wrong
didn't
bullet?
want to, but
It is the wrong
did it.
bullet. I did it. I did
I
wrong.
grabbed him on a coom and I hit Ogre from behind.
before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her...
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
Ah, I just threw my controller. Because I'm an idiot.
From Hero's single blow. That doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
Raging while playing a visual novel.
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been
Because
used.
the glass that we picked up was heavier than one. That's why.
Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hero hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Oh, they're all chess pieces. Hangman's Gambit. They're all chess pieces. What button did I press? I pressed triangle. Chest. Where is it? T. Oh. I didn't know. Why did I think there was a T in chess? P. I. E. Chess piece!
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Which means the queen is
Oh.
missing.
So the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
The bottle is missing.
I got it!
Yeah, it was broken.
The
If it was
bottle
missing,
must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
I got it!
Monica
Earlier,
bottle experiment.
Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle was involved in this case. And that's been used by Sakura's second attacker.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
Oh. Wait, but Toko was there because the locker had the handprint on it. Okay.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
That's not ridiculous at all. I have proof that there's a rec room. And I have it. She left to find a new element and people. Absolutely. So far, you've probably just been pressing the triangle button during your final strike without second thought. From now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. You'll now have the option to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. Coup de grace? Why do I have to choose it? You'll select it the same way you do during non-stop debate by simply pressing the L1 button. And also, like a debate, your logic difficulty is set to kind. You have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purpose, we're going to pretend you're set to mean, regardless. Just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you! Well then, good luck and have fun. Just when I thought I was getting the hang of this shit. Okay.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! That's enough!
Locker handprint.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Yeah!
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura! No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again?
I probably did kill her. It's because Byakuya's the one that's telling her.
What do you mean, probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her, you mean?
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's... you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that, and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
Wrong. Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Damn. I'm not gonna lie, Maiku is okay. He moved up from I don't like him. He's okay.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is. Oh, that's fucking funny. For the donation, yellow powder.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
So if the second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura, then the problem is, where did Sakura die? It was...
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front. I remember waking up.
You were taken by surprise, so you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That's to be the evidence to prove the attack in front of the magazine shelf. Ben.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
I feel like this is one of the longer ones.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Huh. So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Locker is because I saw it for
I got
myself.
it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
You're lying!
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Are you missing something so important? Yeah, the why she had she vomited up blood. Why did she vomit up blood? That's maybe it's.
What was it that...
Alright, I'm gonna level 4. Yeah, this one.
killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot toward...
No, that's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean... maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can... explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Same show supplements.
I got it!
It was on section. It was in
The
section
poison
A.
was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I can't believe my eyes. Baikuya put the bottle of poison on his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch. But as if the most natural thing in the world, Baikuya was calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Hello? Hello?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Baikuya and scraped out a bit of the containers with one finger. She touched it, her finger with her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Ah.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which means Which would mean that, conversely, the poison must have been in. Could it be? Hangman's Gambit. Oh, fuck. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a protein drink. Alright. I was like, what is it? And then I tried like filling it in my head, and then you said it in the chat too, so I was like, okay, so I was right.
Poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene was protein
I
drink.
got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
And so it has to be it's found on the shelf. This one, the
I
footprint.
got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
What? Oh, I fucking did it!
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer
I
was...
knew it! I knew it was Hina! I fucking knew it! Fucking knew it! Fuck, I said it in my last stream. I said it was Hina.
I did it. I killed Sakura.
I said the reason why is I would be the most unlikely person to kill would be Hina. But then I kind of just... Well, then all the evidence went towards Hiro and Toko, so it's like, nah. But
Just as I suspected.
why would she kill her, though?
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Those people wearing sneakers are... Kono and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No? Okay, then let me see your shoe size and I'll confirm the size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
Bro, I thought I was just being retarded when I said, oh, it was Hina, but, I thought I was being so stupid that I, I completely threw it out of the window. Like, that's how stupid I thought it was.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way.
Yeah, that's probably why. Because no one would assume that she would be the one who did it.
Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink.
Tell me, Morgana, why did you kill her?
But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves, just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
This is really starting to make me think about who it... This is so weird. I've never had a case... Oh, this is messing with my brain. Because... So far there's been three people that have said they killed her. First one was Hiro. He was like, oh yeah, I killed her, and then tried to blame Toko. And Genocide Jill was like, oh, I hit her. And then now, Vyakula, or Vaiku, or whatever the fuck you say his name, said it was Hina, and then Hina admits to it. Well, now they're saying it could be a fourth person. What?
Well, right away I went to Section C, and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until I figure it out. Until I uncover the truth, the full truth of this case. Oh, because why? So then there would be two sets of footprints if she went from C to A.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Uh-huh.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section...
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. You couldn't have done that with only one set of footprints.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
Well, you see, I lied to all of your faces. That's what happened.
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Oh, no. I have an idea on who did it.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of
It had
glass?
sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
A shard of glass. A shard of light blue glass can be found in the bottom. And learn that it is the rec room window.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it? The bottle of poison should have been when I broke through the record window. According to what Hina told us, it was in section C.
Shoot.
Fuck. That's the first time I made a mistake in a while.
strange.
It's supposed to be in section A.
I got it!
Fuck! I do
The
that
bottle of
every
poison
time.
was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
Was it by Ikuya? I feel like it might be by Ikuya. That's really weird if it is by Ikuya though.
And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here.
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
Because there's evidence, there's proof the protein manufacturer was open. Oh. I really have no idea if I can hit it.
When it comes...
Is it the empty protein drink? Yeah, that's what it is.
comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be!
It was in there
Before the rec room was...
No, that's wrong.
Damn, Ikuya seems a little triggered, bro.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already.
Oh. So she drank it, knowing it was poison. So then who's the blackened for it then, besides herself? Hello? Like, he was legitimately mad just because he didn't know something. Yeah.
Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been... It could have been Sakura.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
Shut up, Morgana.
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit it, Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Uh-oh. Not another one! Are you fucking... Just the fucking third one.
You're a liar!
I also don't know what the evidence is.
Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it. Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one who killed Sakura. I knew it was Hina. Shut the fuck up. I thought, okay? And then he told me like 4 different people, okay? Shut the fuck up, okay? I still don't fucking... The connection between Sakura and the poison and the someone messing on the locked room, they only wanted to explain it.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Sakura wanted to.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door, because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Huh? Ogre! Oh, she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. You have to end this properly.
Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh no, this would be right here. That's all them reading it. What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing this. Hello? Oh wait, no, this goes here. That's where that would go. And this would go here. Maybe?
The killer is you!
I don't know if I did that right at all.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
What? How is that not it? Hello? That was one of the ones I was like super confident about. Alright. Maybe I put this here. I bet this over here.
Here's exactly what happened. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Okay.
And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
Bro, if I didn't fuck up the first time, that would have been... Oh, that was the best one I've done so far.
That's the full truth of the case.
Damn, I didn't have to like retry like 40 times. I only had to retry once because I was being stupid.
Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated.
That bitch tried to kill you all. I know, she was trying to kill us all.
That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Let's go, another A! Let's go! Ah. How the fuck did I get an A?
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened?
Yeah, that's
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Because if she committed... Wait, so if she committed suicide, who was the blackened? No one?
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Monika Sakura was Sakura herself.
My
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why'd you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... What? Why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because... That's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one
I couldn't
to
let
die.
her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us with you. We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. And we had to pay for our crimes. For serious, that's...
What is this?
You still don't understand. Please let me explain. Do you realize how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground in the front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed off out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't
my
forgive
closest
this.
friend got hurt. Sakura,
I...
because of me, my friends are gonna kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked them to meet. So she asked to meet with them.
Huh?
You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what?
Listen,
Don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina,
Please. Don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
they're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you'd have just talked to her, you would have understood she was a friend to all of us. And yet,
why?
You trampled on all her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable.
Um...
No, it was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So just instead of being killed, I'll do it by my own hands.
Why?
That's how far you'd push her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina,
You came. Waiting here. Wait right here, I'll help out.
Hina,
Hina. Huh? I'm so glad I got to meet you. Well, what's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get some protein she asked for, but when I got there, I saw the powder, and that's when I realized that someone had taken something from the poison shelf, Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. By the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in. Please, open the door.
Why?
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 Why'd she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If she got hurt, she felt it. That's weaknesses. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. I didn't even realize it, Hina. We killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner, and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray? You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial? Sakura died hating all of us. I just wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver your final tearjerker, but
Hey!
it's just taking so long. I'm just about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you think you have any idea what Sakura was thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what it meant. Cause she was of course I know she was thinking. Cause her and me.
In other words...
Well, what I'm trying to say is...
Yes, indeed!
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true. room.
This is one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What? What then? You lied to me.
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It was... That sounds so dirty. Just thought I'd liven things up a little bit.
Well now.
I can't help that if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? Cause... Okay. Doing that voice is really hard, but I'll continue doing it. The cause played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if you had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? It's all of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut!
And?
So then, what'd she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you just get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez. Talk about buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this. But you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made a mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that, until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sakura. No, I say Sakura. Sayaka, why'd I say Sakura? I'm fucking retarded, bro. It's okay, I'm fucking stupid. Sayaka. Not the same person. Those two are not the same person. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying to desperately stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
And that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all you led directly to all you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on
So
me.
this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony, The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate to someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have no obligation to get this situation under control. And I have to fulfill that obligation. And to fulfill that obligation, I decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe. And above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I am willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then, Sakura didn't feel cornered? She didn't die hating us?
No way!
She wanted us to stop fighting? To protect us?
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chosen death for her in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
it was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plan, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And if you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
That's okay. I'm gonna save my thoughts for till after all this is over.
This is... I don't understand how she felt. I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close. And still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys didn't try to kill each other, but almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Boo-hoo-hoo. Now then, the next victim has been decided.
What do you mean, next victim? No one here blames anyone. Huh? First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with the fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And no one can blame Hina either.
What?
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? The killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other!
He's absolutely right about that.
Phew.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear that the others have cast aside their fears for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement, which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here?
Now I have only one thing to look forward
It's
to,
all clear now.
and it's to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me.
Baiguya, does this mean?
Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by the thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking.
Wherever Master goes, I go. If the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire.
Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now you can say Sakura's death had no meaning. Now can you say Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring! But nothing good can come from this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time?
Anyway, let's forget about the good-for-nothing backstabbing. Let's get back on
You
track.
want me to punish you
The moment
guys?
you've all been waiting for. Punishment time!
What?
Oh, wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead.
You're not gonna...
But
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no. Just because the Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whoever old student I want. Then I tell you, I'm very particular about the fair times one rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest.
A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
What?
No!
Holy shit, that is brutal. Oh my god, not alter ego. Yeah, Jesus, you're right. Chihiro got killed and punished. You. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangle hunk of junk.
Phew, that was totally... That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for a post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at.
Holy shit. Getting the hiccups probably from doing this voice.
And I'm about to get the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at.
so,
I realize how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this.
but
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I really don't understand why, but
still.
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay.
Gonna do
If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid.
Yeah, that's true. Big Smoky. Monokuma is such an asshole. Alter Ego's words raced through my head and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger, and the anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with the laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with the basketball?
Shut the hell up!
That wasn't just a laptop. He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him! Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even, like, laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out. Sneaky, sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew? And you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you call it, a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So, of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. The sneaking into the network was just too personal. So I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Boo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, the punishment this time made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
very nice.
Experimenting a meaningless death was so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Oh my God, I have to keep... Okay. Yeah, there's still a bit of left. Sakura's note. Huh? Boo-hoo-hoo. Did I get your attention? Okay, then here we go.
Hello.
Prepare your ears for the desolate tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here. So I learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie doopsie. That was a close one. Another word and we would have been deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's back. It gets... Oh my God. Sometimes reading and doing... Oh, the Monokuma voice is hard. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd let any of your greaseballs have it. But...
Too bad.
Hehe, sucks for you, loser. Monokuma's such a cute bear. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Monokuma. But God, is he an asshole sometimes. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line on the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not gonna just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh? Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you? Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Boo-hoo-hoo. Think about it. Think long. Think hard. Thank God Monokuma's not here anymore. Ugh. Those were his parting words before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko had something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body? That mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? If we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off? And the bomb explodes? This might be like, the fucking Seto Kaiba's virtual world or whatever. I don't know. I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff. So, it's not totally unheard of. No. I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So the class trial is over. Monokuma's gone.
What?
So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up?
Um...
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get out of here.
But,
Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. No, we're not there yet. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost that kind of challenge. What the hell are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up.
seriously, I'm sorry.
How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached the point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try.
Huh?
H-U-H? Huh? But that's totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No!
No! I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master!
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you sleazeball because you are sleazeball.
I see.
Apparently, you still have a death wish.
Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No!
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want to the abuse. Give and take. Me!
Guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time keeps marching on. And we all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us.
Ding dong, ding bong.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it and down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen in such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. What? Up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from the deep slumber into a hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Oh, Kyoko.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door... It was unlocked. It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey.
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock. In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Hey, it says it's midnight. That's wrong. It's 3 a.m. Okay, so before I continue doing what I was doing, I'm going to talk about my thoughts, obviously, about the fucking class trial. This might be a little bit too preemptive, because I don't know what's about to happen right there, because it's my first time playing. But, oh my god. There's a lot to take in with that shit. First off, they made Hiro super fucking suspicious. So, they were like, oh yeah, let's make Hiro suspicious. And then Hiro was like, fine, I killed her. I was like, oh, okay. And then Toko was like, oh, I might have killed her. I don't know though. Let's go ask fucking Genocide Jill. And Genocide Jill was like, oh, I kind of just smacked her. I can't believe I killed her. She wasn't a handsome boy. Handsome boy. Because, you know, that's all Genocide Jill fucking cares about. And then Hino was like, I killed her because, and the reasoning, and then to turn out it was a suicide too. It's like, no, it's just so weird. Oh yeah, this was probably the best Fred trial of the first game. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I liked it, but it did feel significantly longer. Yeah, I almost got all the students executed. Yeah, that's true. Fucking, what was I gonna say? Fuck, what was I gonna say? What was I talking about? I don't remember. Well, I know I was talking about the trial. I don't remember what I was talking, like, the specific parts of the trial I was talking about. Hello? I mean, I guess if I watch back the stream, I could figure it out, but then... I think I was talking... Okay, alright, so the suicide... How... Just the way that, Sakura was talking and, like, saying how, she wanted to protect everyone was, very touching, indeed. Oh, I was talking about how long I felt the trial was. I felt the trial was longer, because we had to stop and do the, I don't know what it's called, but like we had to keep clicking X and triangle and square, in a rhythm over and over. Like we did that 3 times, and then we had to solve, like the puzzle like 2 times. I don't know. I didn't mind it necessarily, but it was. I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked the trial, and I kind of followed everything more closely, as you guys could tell by me solving, like, putting things in the right place. But, oh no, I'd get that probably a 9.5 out of 10. I feel like if I don't know, that's how I give the trials, that's how I give the trial score. I haven't done that for any other one, but maybe if you guys want me to, I could, make a video ranking the class trials after I'm done with this. What the fuck is that? It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not gonna lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant. So... this more longer. Nice. Yeah. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered, "The data center on the 4th floor." What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? I just realized I said so it might trigger people, but I switch off between, like when I say either and either, and I say data and data, and like words like that, I kind of just flip off between. I know the first time I said data and the time I said data, and some people might be triggered by that. I apologize. But I thought it was locked. Boom, boom, boom. Mario, what the fuck are you doing? Stop putting emojis in my chat. I made my way into the after-hours school and headed to the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I wound up to the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? Put my hand on the door, and with a certain amount of force, rattle, it didn't open. Tried again, but we might be getting murdered. It must be locked. What is it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Oh ho ho! What are you doing up? What are you doing up, mister? Ah!
Damn it!
Breaking into locker room. It's incredibly prohibited. Don't you know? Oh well, You're trying to tell me you didn't accidentally bust in yet, right?
Hey!
I can see that. You don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself.
Unbelievable.
It looked like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder.
Or are you gonna try and tell me that you were sleepwalking? Oh, that's Monokuma still.
Or are you gonna try to tell me that you were sleepwalking or something?
No, nothing like that.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed.
What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko?
You
now,
too?
Now you too?
You guys?
Whatever, the two of you just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back.
What?
Hey.
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving.
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go.
Okay.
Yeah, get up. Go on. Get out of here. Shoot.
So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. Hold on. Listen, what was all that just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which so happened to be locked. And then she shows up late. And we leave without checking a single thing? What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, as I always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering to my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair.
Okay.
Watch out for her.
Just for all-star apologies. Remaining students 6, 7? To be continued. You got an item. You received the altar lamp present. Rip alter ego, bro. Bum, bum, bum,
Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Kyoko told me to watch out for her? They just said it. They literally just pronounced her name. I don't know. Maruko Ikusaba. That's not at all how they said it, but that's what they said. That was 3 days before the next incident. 3 days before we would be faced with another murder. 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself. Spoilers, you dipshit! 100-mile dash, paying a junk food junkie. No, it's Kyoko. In the meantime, the day after Sakura's class trial, that morning in the dining hall. Mukuro? Muku, yeah. So, let us begin the usual post-trial investigation. Hey, you didn't make small talk or anything. We just get straight to the point like that. If you want to keep up with me, you must refrain from pointless small talk. Jeez. How high is that horse of yours?
Well?
He just acts like he wants to hide his own insecurities. That's what I like to think anyway. Regardless, if you want to defeat the mastermind, you need to follow my lead. They creep into the school like a mouse, but the mastermind's pride is bloated as a cow's udder.
In the name of my family.
No matter what it takes, I will rid this world of them.
Huh?
Hey, Toko, you've been pretty quiet. Man, you're so boring now. You used to sit there just like a mushroom. I'm gonna start calling you... You just sit there like a mushroom. I'm gonna start calling you Miss Mushroom.
What's your deal?
She didn't snap back at you. Her talking makes things difficult, so I told her not to open her mouth without permission.
Huh?
What? But if she can't open her mouth, she can't eat or drink water. I don't care.
How about that?
And you're okay with that, Toko? Jeez, how low is that rock you're hiding under?
Whew.
I believe that this is the small talk Byakuya warned us against.
Come on.
And yet, I let myself get involved. But it's now finished. I will never allow you to drag me down to your level again.
Let's go.
We're going to begin our search. Stop running your mouths and start moving your legs. You know, Byakuya is okay. He's okay. He's better. I say he's probably from A to D. I think he's probably about like a C+ mark right now. He's okay. He's okay. Not the best character in the game, but he's starting to get there. It's okay. Pressured by and obviously irritated by Kuya, we all started our exploration. I keep pressing R1 to use the map! Dripping with anxiety. That means we have 3 days until the next murder. 3 in-game days. So here I am, on the 5th floor of Host Peak Academy. The 5th floor has been open to us. It's totally different from all the other floors we've seen up till now. For some reason, it feels unpleasant. So there's no other floors we can go to. Cool. Can you believe the game spoiled me, telling me that there's gonna be another murder? How was I supposed to know that? Even though the game also did say in the last class trial, hey, by the way, you're about halfway through the game, so good job! Fucking Jose over here telling me, good job! what Kyoko told me yesterday. What the heck did it mean?
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Alright, good night. Good night. Mukurobo
The
Ichizaba.
16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
I'll go through this day and then I'm gonna end it. End the stream. Kyoko?
I'm not going to say anything.
Huh?
I can't say anything.
Kyoko narrowed her eyes. Her gaze darted up at the security camera.
Hey,
You understand why, right?
Why are you just putting that back in chat? She was trying to tell me that whatever it was important. The mastermind couldn't find out. But how did Kyoko get her hands on information that could be that important?
so then,
We're finished here.
She made it very clear that our conversation had come to an end. And just like usual, I didn't understand anything any better than before. I've seen enough. I'm calling this one. Holy shit. How long is this room? Suit of armor is on display. It's extremely Japanese. There's a bunch of wooden lockers in here. The wooden lockers and keys remind me of super old school public bathrooms. It's a straw post used for sword practice. Did they use it for training here too? Nice, I only have 244 Monokuma coins. Even though this room is totally enclosed, there's a cherry tree planted here. And it's in full bloom.
hey,
It's quite elegant.
Is this what you consider elegant?
indeed.
I lived overseas for a long time, so this kind of Japanese style scenery is refreshing.
But considering our situation, isn't kind of out of place? That target seemed pretty far away. Gotta say, pretty proud of my eyesight. Oh yeah, more Monokuma points? Aren't you guys so proud of the Monokuma coins I've discovered? Like, bruh, I am just a mad genius, bro. For people that are new, I'm being sarcastic. I'm just an idiot.
Yo,
At first, I thought I saw blue skies, but it turns out they just painted the walls and the ceiling.
you know?
Oh, but the plants are real. It's been a while since I've smelled vegetation. It helps me relax.
What the heck?
That's not what you're thinking, is it? Huh? Why? Is that bad? Don't you get it? Don't you realize the true horror of plant life? It's there, just breathing just beneath the surface, beneath their calm exterior. They're always watching and waiting. And when they decide they can't leave us in charge of Earth anymore,
The end is nigh!
they'll put their plan of global human extinction into action.
Well,
I'm serious. Yeah, hero, get off the fucking cough medicine. Put the drugs down. There's some kind of control panel set near the wall. Does it control the air conditioning or something?
It's for the sprinklers.
Sprinklers?
Yeah, it controls the sprinklers in the garden.
The sprinklers are set off... Oh.
The sprinklers are set up to go off every morning at 7:30. Don't you dare change without permission. Of course, the settings panel is locked, so you couldn't change it even if you wanted to.
So that means the sprinklers go off at 7:30 a.m. every morning.
Yep, you got it. It's super user-friendly, which sucks. So if you get here too early, you'll get drenched, so watch yourself. But you're not a little kid, right? You're too old to go running into sprinklers anyway.
Disgusting.
Or do you have some kind of water fetish? I'm gonna tell everyone. Ah ha ha ha. Okay.
Is this a chicken coop? What's a chicken coop doing here? This place even has chickens, huh? They're just regular chickens, right? Like they don't eat people or lay bombs instead of eggs or something crazy like that? This seems safe. A lot of chickens. It's a chicken. It's really alive, right? There's no mistake. It's away from chicken coop.
Oh, you like chicken sumakoto? Yeah, I love these guys. They're seriously cute, right? There's exactly 5 of them in there here. Exactly? 5. You know, the number that comes after 4 and before 6. At least in terms of natural numbers. Anyway, whenever the number 5 pops up, it's a good omen. It contains the mysteries of the cosmos. Okay, so I'm guessing 5 chickens is probably important, though.
I'm at least 30%
It's a number of power. A refreshing number of par with hand-squeeze all-natural lemonade. He never lets me get a word in edgewise. No forget by a chicken. What is this? This thing is super weird. Super creepy. Flowers aren't supposed to get this big. Is this thing real?
Watch out!
Watch out! What? That's a Monokuma flower. I came up with the name myself. Try and touch it, and you're in for some real excitement. Your heart's gonna, like, whoa! Your heart's all like, whoa! And plants all like, snap! And your flesh is all like, blah, I'm dead! In other words, it's a monstrosity. It's pretty freaking amazing, if I do say so myself. A student at Hope Peak added improvement after improvement and created this miracle creature. Ultimate Bodice, though, they don't go here anymore. They died during the tragedy.
Actually...
By the way, despite how it looks, that flower is super practical. It can eat paper, plastic, and even people. So it's totally good for the environment.
Well,
such an eco-friendly creation is vital for the future growth of a healthy society. Not that I know anything about that myself. Oh God. Things I do. Sprouting more and more nonsense, Monokuma eventually disappeared. Whatever it is, I better keep my distance. Nice. Things I do for your entertainment. I'm joking, it's not that big. It's not that. Those nozzles poking up. Are those the sprinklers? Yes, they are. Please, Monokuma, don't come back. Well, I mean, come back, but just not right now. Just to be sure, I should take a look in that tool shed. This place seems totally disorganized, from a lawnmower to fertilizer, flower pots to farm tools. And leaning against the back wall, is that a pickaxe? Oh, cool. I have a bunch of shit to look at. So many flower pots. Big ones, little ones, any size you might need. Maybe I'll grow some flowers to put in my room. Lawnmower. There's a lawnmower here. Even with this here, who's actually going to take care of the lawn? Oh, I forgot about trash duty. Isn't that? I'm not gonna have to do that at some point, or is that just a thing for like the first trial? Oh, there's something carved in the handle of this pickaxe. Crazy diamond? I feel like I remember seeing that somewhere. Oh. There are different kinds of gardening tools here. Are they trying to get us to become self-sufficient? And what is this, fertilizer? Bags of fertilizer are piled up. There are so many different kinds to choose from. I don't know if the trash thing was just for the first trial or not. I'm gonna find my bedroom and do it. Fuck if I know, right? What do I know? I know nothing. I'm not gonna check the cameras because there's no point to. Because they're just gonna be like, oh look, it's a camera. Oh hello, you know. It is what? It is a thing? This fort feels different compared to all the others. I'm not sure what it is. Is there some reason for that? I hope it's not anything too creepy. Run, Forrest! Run! 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 It's locked. Came all this way. Just be denied here. The sign and says biolab. A biolab that we're forbidden from seeing into? Kinda sounds like something out of an old cheesy horror movie.
I need to check the classrooms. Ding dong, ding dong. Holy shit. Okay. What the hell is this? The grotesque horror of the room struck me hard and fast. What I saw was bad enough, but what I smelled, it was sour, pungent, and possibly rank.
I see.
It smells awful, doesn't it? It must be at least vaguely familiar to you. After all, you've been around a fair share of corpses. Are you saying? It's the smell of death. Their flesh and fat and blood. There's no surprise in his voice, no shock. But was he right? I had experienced this smell more than once before. It was the smell of death and despair. But the smell here is strong, condensed. It is the smell of a battlefield. Weird that the blood is red. I know, that's what I was gonna say that after. But literally in every other fucking thing in this game, it's pinkish, purplish. But nope, it's red. Monokuma must have.
Hey, come on now.
Oh! What? My fault again? Stop trying to blame everything on me!
If you haven't done what you did, this would never have happened.
No. It's quite the opposite.
The opposite?
Now then.
Yep, let me try and give you an itty bitty, easy, squeezy little hint. As far as this room goes, I don't know a thing. I just left it exactly how I found it.
What?
Yes, indeed.
How's that for a hint? Better than those stupid hints you get from NPCs and those mean old RPGs.
Uh-oh.
But it's pretty scary, huh? But over the walls and junk. Of course, even in the outside world, people die bloody, gruesome deaths every day.
I can't wait.
So it's not really a big deal. Just keep your chin up and keep on living, soldier.
What's he talking about? You just left it the way you found it? What's the meaning of all this? Oh my god, there's just so many fucking... Okay. It's probably the tragedy that happened so many years ago. There are white chalk outlines drawn all over the floor. How many bodies were there? I've seen all kinds of... I've seen this kind of thing on Texas shows and stuff like that. We always see it at the scene of a murder. I wish I could say I don't believe it. Murder! There's blood all over the place. I won't shut my eyes forever against such a ghastly sight. It appears that all the blood stains are dry. And the color has changed as well. I think it's safe to assume that the bloodstains are considerably old. This is all really blood? Of course. I wouldn't find it interesting otherwise. And it is interesting, I assure you. What on earth happened in this classroom? He seems like he's enjoying himself. No way I can keep up with something like that. That is just the way I thought of. Baikuya, about what Monokuma just told us? It's like I'm not even hearing. It must be lost in thought. Is he really thinking hard, or is he just flat out ignoring me? Leave the area. I guess I've seen what I need to see up here for now. Once again, nothing. Nothing I found seems to make any real sense. I need to head back to the dining hall if I know what the others are up to. Oh shit, really? That's how this goes? I would have never have thunk of it. One after another, everyone made their way to the dining hall, and before too long, it would appear everyone has returned. But still, there's just 6 of us. That's barely enough for a decent volleyball team.
Just a second.
Hey, don't be a sourpuss. You gotta think positive. Besides, even if one more person dies, we can still field a basketball team.
Hey.
That's like reverse positive thinking. Anyway, there's no time to be depressed. For the sake of everyone we've lost, we have to do our best. Can we stop all this group hug nonsense? We need to find out what everyone discovered. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. By the way,
Did any of you find it? The other strange room on the 5th floor? Well, no, strange is a massive understatement. The smell of flesh and fat and blood, and the white outlines of countless corpses. It's more dreadful than anything I've encountered here so far.
What?
Well, what the hell are you talking about? The smell was horrific, far beyond any normal murder scene. Everyone's body smelled concentrated.
Huh?
God, I'm glad I didn't see it. I feel like I'm gonna barf just hearing you describe it.
But
I mean, what the hell happened to that in that room?
So, in other words,
I can only think of one thing. A large group of people died right there in that room. A bunch of people were killed in there?
Stop, seriously, I'm gonna throw up.
It can't be.
Perhaps that's what was meant by the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Huh? You're thinking of the same thing then. My theory is the mass murder that took place in that room is the incident that said to have happened 1 year ago. The awful scene in that room. That was the tragedy that happened a year ago.
in other words,
Precisely. The tragedy is another name for the genocide of the student body of Hope's Peak Academy. If that's true,
it's all clear now.
that would explain why Hope's Peak was forced to close its doors.
Hey.
I mean, I guess that makes sense, but it's all just so awful.
Not just awful, super awfully awful.
They're right, it's beyond awful. It's terrible, tragic, hopeless. But still, how is it not one of us ever heard about something like this happening? Does that mean they really did cover it up? As it gets later and later, so my reading becomes worser and worser. Hey, Baikuya, it seems like Toko wants to say something.
What?
So, what are you telling me?
Hey.
Well, why are you telling me? Well, because you told her to zip it or whatever. Ah, I forgot about that.
Huh?
Jesus, man. I know you like torturing her, but come on. Well, Toko, if you want to envelop us in all your prohibited putrid breath, I won't stop you.
You honor me, master? And don't worry, I took care of the older problem.
Seriously, you're just gonna take it?
Shut up! Don't interrupt me when master and me are talking. Okay, so what did you want to tell us? Well, I was in a classroom on the 5th floor and something caught my attention. It was this.
A knife? A kniffy?
Wow, that thing is huge. It's like Rambo size.
What?
It's a survival knife, or some type. But what was it doing in a classroom?
Well,
How would I know?
Very suspicious.
What are you gonna use that knife for, or what are you planning to do with us?
I'm not gonna do anything. I just picked it up. I didn't want to leave a knife just laying around.
How about that?
I'd rather have it laying around than the hands of a serial killer. Don't compare me to her. I'm nothing like her. Listen, more important. Now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it?
You know?
We can't let Toko keep it, for sure. We don't know what she might do.
what's your problem?
I don't want it anyway. It's too dangerous.
So what to do?
So then,
Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Huh? Me? Oh yeah, I totally trust Makoto to take care of it.
Okay.
Then that's it.
Hold on, I don't get to say?
It's all clear now.
It just shows how much they trust you. You should do as they ask. Are you sure it's trust? I feel like they're just using me.
Okay, so here you go, Makoto.
They're acting like I said yes. Fine. I guess there's nothing I can do. I'll just keep it in my desk drawer for now.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Hey, Toko.
Do I have bad breath? Sorry. I'm sorry it stinks. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
You made a valuable discovery. Good job.
Huh? Did Master just freeze me? Hey, good for you. I'm dreaming. I must be dreaming. That way ever experienced this in a dream. I feel strange. Oh my god. Oh, I just fucking... Strange. So strange. Really strange. Oh no. Whenever I look at these days, it makes me feel... Whenever I look at Toko these days, it makes me feel sad. I've only gone through 2 people. Jesus.
You know?
Well, there's a big garden up on the 5th floor, and I found more than one thing to be worried about. A stupidly large chicken coop, and I know you're gonna say this, but a tool shed. Monokuma said it was called a Monokuma flower. Even touching it seems dangerous, so we have to be careful.
Serious?
It's totally a man-eating plant. I'm pretty sure it's different from the ones that live in the pipe, though. Anyway, that thing must benefit from the sprinkler system as much as anything else in there. Oh yeah, apparently the sprinklers come on every morning at 7:30 on the dot. Yeah, remember that. You don't want to get drenched and catch a cold.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to worry. They say idiots never catch colds, you know.
Of course not, because idiots never get wet. I think you're thinking of ducks.
I'm starting to worry about you, Hiro. Can you tell me what 10 plus 10 is?
What the heck?
Hey, come on, you don't always have to call me dumb. I may have been held back 3 times, but that doesn't make me stupid. But if it'll make you happy, I'll answer your dumb question. So, what was the question again?
Don't worry, you just answered it.
Plot. There are... I got it. I have to talk to Hiro fucking...
You know?
A chicken coop! There are a bunch of chickens in the chicken coop, right? That's right. 5. 5 chickens.
I love chickens. Let's raise them up big and fat, then we can make fried chickens. Oh, or barbecue. Decisions. Oh. Or how about raw? Because nothing's fresher than raw, right?
I'm pretty sure that'd kill you.
You know?
RE. Action. You noticed it too, huh? That pickaxe.
What?
Huh? What about the pickaxe? Well, there was a pickaxe on the tool shed, and the words "Crazy Diamonds" have been carved to the handle. Haven't we seen that phrase before somewhere?
Crazy diamond. Yeah, that does sound familiar, I think.
It's true.
I don't just think. I know. We've definitely seen that phrase before. Huh? Where? Oh, that's it. I remember.
It was on Mondo's uniform, on the back of his jacket. His jacket said the same thing, right? Crazy Diamond.
I see.
You're absolutely right.
But why would that be on a pickaxe in the garden?
Could it be...
Mondo must have snuck it in there and done it, right?
Not possible.
But we didn't have access to the garden until today.
That's right.
Then maybe Mondo brought it with him when he first came here and Monokuma confiscated it.
Whatever the reason, that's why it stuck out to me in the tool shed. The pickaxe connected to Mondo. Well, what stuck to me wasn't the pickaxe at all.
Huh? Then what did?
Yo!
Yeah, Mario, I might have to mute you during the fucking stuff, because sometimes you get in some pretty sketchy territory. Yeah, I noticed was a lawnmower. I'm thinking maybe we could use it and call for help.
How are you gonna call for help with the lawnmower?
What the heck?
I don't know, maybe we could make crop circles or something. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna make crop circles.
Well?
And we can use those to call for help.
What the heck's happened to you? You weren't like this from the beginning, you know?
You know?
Well, back then my personality hadn't quite solidified yet.
I don't think it was possible, but I'm more disappointed in you now than I've ever been.
That's everyone over there. I have 2 more people.
Hey,
My concern is with the biolab. That's the only place on the 5th floor we can access. The biolab, huh? I wonder what's in there.
Could it be?
If it's like a cliche horror game, it would be some kind of creature, the final boss, or tyrant, or...
But...
We're not in a horror game, though.
Either way, we don't need to worry about it at the moment. Don't bother thinking about something that can't be understood, no matter how much you think about it.
Naturally.
Your tiny brains can only do so much, so focus on utilizing them effectively.
Well...
I don't really like how you said it, but what you said is probably right.
What?
No, how I said it was right too.
Yeah!
I checked all the windows on the 5th floor, front to back. That used to be Sakura's job, but...
Why did I say Sokka? I know I said Sokka because I've been watching Avatar literally all day.
Anyway, no dice. There were metal plates on all the windows, just like everywhere else.
correct.
Which means no escape on the 5th floor either.
So,
But when I was looking around, I realized something about the layout of the school.
What exactly did you notice about the layout of the school?
Just a second.
You took a good look around the 5th floor yourself, didn't you, Makoto?
Huh? Why'd you ask?
So then,
Because if you did, you may have noticed the 5th floor is lacking something every other floor has.
Something all other floors have, but not the 5th floor? Are you talking about stairs? There aren't any stairs leading up from the 5th floor. That's what you're talking about, right? Does that mean the 5th floor is the end?
correct.
We're finally starting to get a clear picture of the school.
All that's left now is solving the underlying mystery.
But
But that's the hardest part.
okay.
Even if it's hard, we still gotta do it.
Yeah, Hina's right. Everything will be okay. As long as we work together, I'm sure we'll make it out of this. No, I'm sure. We absolutely will make it out of it. No matter what it takes. Well, I think that's all the new information we got now.
yo,
So, what do we do? Well, starting today, you're all under my command. But before we proceed, I need to figure something out.
no way.
Jeez, how cocky can you be? You're gonna buzz through the ceiling if your head gets any bigger.
So, what do you want to figure out?
Kyoko's identity. Huh?
Well...
Kyoko's identity, but Kyoko is Kyoko, right?
Yes, but who is she? The rest of us have clear, definable reasons for having been selected to attend Hope's Academy. Tina, the ultimate swimming pro. Hiro is the ultimate clairvoyant. Even Makoto is the ultimate lucky student. More unlucky than lucky these days, but... So what about Kyoko? Can anyone tell me what she is? Now that you mention it, she never told us.
Well, Kyoko really doesn't really like talking about herself anyway, right?
It's not a matter of what she likes or does, it's a matter of trust. Can you trust someone who's unwilling to reveal their true identity? We need to avoid raising any more unnecessary suspicions. So, Kyoko, it's time you told us.
I can't. What? Why won't you tell us?
Wrong.
I didn't say I won't. I said I can't.
What the heck?
What do you mean?
So...
Because I don't remember.
What?
I have no memory of who I am.
You have no memory? You mean...
Amnesia?
What?
If I thought you had a sense of humor, I'd say you were joking. But this is no joke. I'm not laughing.
This is
You can't be serious right now, can you?
I knew you wouldn't believe me.
That's why I didn't say anything.
However...
But it doesn't matter. Either way, the truth will make itself clear before we're done.
What?
So you have no intention of telling us, then I can no longer stand by it and do nothing.
Hey,
What are you going to do? Torture me?
Nothing so barbaric as that.
It's all clear.
I will simply limit your options. Can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What? Limit my options?
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room.
But if she gives you her room key, she can't go to sleep in her room. She'll be breaking a school regulation.
And if she doesn't want that, she'll talk. It's easy. All she has to do is tell us about herself.
Just hold on. A threat like that?
that's fine.
Fine. I understand.
Good. I'm in the mood for conversation.
Without saying a word, Kyoko walked up to Byakuya and held out her room key to give him.
It can't be.
You damn fool. Why do you refuse to talk?
Because...
Whether I want or not, I can't. All I can do now is keep telling you that.
So,
Maybe she really did lose her memory. If you really think about it, it does sound totally impossible. Doesn't sound totally impossible. This is the worst school ever. Where only the worst stuff happens, right? Amnesia would fit right in.
However...
The worst school where the worst things happen. Do you really mean that? Huh?
Hey.
Can you really be sure that life here has been filled with only the worst things? What do you mean? Perhaps I've said too much. Kyoko then turned her back on us without a word and began to walk away.
Come on.
Where do you think you're going?
Goodbye.
Don't worry. I'm not going to do anything to harm any of you. Those were her last words as she left. Kyoko's last words. Hold on. No. Kyoko's quote-unquote last words. That cannot... There's some hidden meaning to that. I'm gonna go. Detective Squid is on the way. The dining hall was silent. The only sound was the door opening and closing as Kyoko left the room.
What the heck?
What's her deal?
But...
I think you went too far taking her room key like that. For her, that wasn't enough. Or maybe she gets off on the attention. I can't believe her enjoying getting yelled at.
Stop talking.
You're getting nosy again, Toko. Noisy again, Toko. No, I say noisy, obviously. Sorry, I can still hear you. The sound of you breathing, of your heart beating. It grates on me.
Hey.
Are you telling her to die? I mean, I know how you feel, but what's Kyoko gonna do now? Plus, this situation, it's just like before. It's no different from when everyone was accusing Sakura. And I'm no different either. I still can't stop anyone. What? What the hell? What are you yelling all of a sudden?
I mean...
Cause look.
What?
It's you. How long have you been standing there? I'm very, very angry! Angry at what? At that thief! Yes, that's right. I am very sad to have to tell you, there's a thief in your midst!
Huh?
What?
Hey!
My precious! They stole it! Your precious?
Teacher had such faith in you, and this is how you repay me? With betrayal?
Reality is filled with so much hardship, isn't it? No wonder people run away into their fantasies. But what the heck is your precious? Shut up! I hope all you get stuck in a hiring freeze and die penniless on the street.
What the heck?
And he's gone. He's gone. Can I get a he's gone for 500, Bobbert? And he's gone. The heck was that about?
So,
He said something about his precious getting stolen. Does anyone have any idea what he might mean? It's likely something to do with Kyoko. Huh? Who else other than her would be willing and able to steal something from Monokuma? Could Kyoko really steal something from Monokuma? But if that's true, what was it? And why would she do that?
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
We need to get out of here.
You know?
We can talk about this tomorrow, and about Kyoko. However, after what just happened with Monokuma and Kyoko, I feel there's something in the air.
I would suggest you take extra precautions tonight. Stay in your rooms, don't go wandering around.
Well...
Not like you need to tell us that.
Goodbye.
Well then, let's disperse. I'll see you all tomorrow. Each of us went back to our rooms. I need to put away the knife I got from Toko. I think the safest place will be in my desk drawer. But anyway, is Kyoko really gonna be okay? She can't get into her room. What's she gonna do? Isn't there something I can do? Something I can... Huh? As I opened my eyes, I realized I'd fallen asleep without realizing it. But more important, did I hear the doorbell? Hello? Kyoko?
Hey.
I'll be waiting for you in the dressing room. See you there. Hey, wait! Kyoko!
Without acknowledging me, Kyoko disappeared into the depths of the darkened hallway. I know we're not supposed to go out during nighttime, but I can't just not go.
Hey.
Sorry for asking you to meet with me so late.
It's okay. I'm used to
Correct.
it. Indeed.
So then...
Well then, let me get straight to the point.
It's something you can't talk about in front of the surveillance cameras, right? Does that mean that's something to do with whatever it is you stole from Monokuma? Monokuma told us earlier that someone has stolen something from him. Was it you?
Indeed.
That's right. So I was right. What did you steal?
So...
I stole a wrist.
A key? But looking at it, I can tell it wasn't just any key. It was shaped like Monokuma. It was probably the key of its probably the read. It was probably the only key of its kind on Earth. Where'd you get this?
So...
From the headmaster's room.
What? You snuck into the headmaster's room? But wasn't it locked?
However...
The lock was broken.
What?
Correct.
It was Sakura. She did it for us.
She did?
Indeed.
Remember what she said in the note? I'm not gonna just lay down and die. I will fight you.
So Sakura broke into the headmaster's room for us?
That's right.
That's right. So that we could uncover whatever secrets may lay hidden within.
She did that for us? She violated school regulations to help us. She already decided to die, but her last act was to defy the rules of this place.
Indeed.
I noticed the room was open after the class trial was over yesterday. But if I just strolled into the room, Monokuma would have noticed right away, which is why I used you as a decoy.
So you asked me to meet you at the data center in order to...
Correct.
Correct. I wanted you to draw Monokuma's attention at that opportunity to sneak into the headmaster's room, and as a result, I found this key.
Wow. Then what you told me about yesterday, did that come from the headmaster's room too?
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Did you find out anything about Mukuro Ishizaba while you were in there?
Indeed.
I found the file in the headmaster's room that talked about her, yes. I don't know all the details yet, but one thing I do know is that Mukuro Ikuzaba is dangerous.
Dangerous?
In other words,
she may well be the mastermind.
Mastermind? Oh my god, Turfy. Every time they mention the name Mukuro. Why did I don't know. I tried to remember what it was.
But didn't Ultra Ego say the headmaster was probably the mastermind?
wrong.
No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind. I'm sure of that.
What?
I don't have any proof yet, but I have no doubt I'm right.
To take such a strong statement without proof, that's not like Kyoko at all. But if it isn't the headmaster, doesn't that mean that Mukuro really could be the mastermind?
Anyway, this key is one big opportunity we've been waiting to get our hands on. Now that we've grasped it, we can't let it go, can we?
Sure, but I mean, what's this key even unlock?
So...
I don't know yet, which is why I need you to draw Monokuma's attention again while I go find out.
Wait, so you're planning on sneaking back in again?
You can't. That's way too dangerous. And you want me to draw his attention. We don't actually know that there's just one mastermind, right? That there's more than one person watching us.
Is that right?
But they didn't catch on last night, right? Maybe we just got lucky.
Hey.
Or maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Huh? Like I said, we didn't get caught last night. But as you said, maybe it was pure luck. Which is why we're gonna run the experiment one more time. And if we're successful again, then what may have just been a lucky guess will be proven true. And as Kyoko talked, she was calm and collected as ever. I couldn't help but just stand there and listen.
Hey.
If it's true that the mastermind can't watch us and control Monokuma at the same time, then there would have been a period of time where the mastermind is vulnerable. What we need to do is find out for sure if it's actually true and if we can exploit it. Maybe, but no matter what the reward, the risk is too high when I think about what might happen if we fail.
Why is that?
I don't think we need to worry all that much after all. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope Peak Academy at your own discretion. No restrictions have been placed in our efforts to solve the mystery. Am I right? Am I wrong? Even when I took the key, I didn't break any rules as far as I can tell. But if the mastermind decides to do something, all the rules in the world won't matter. He could just kill us without a second thought.
I see.
I see. In that case, even if our plan fails, we'll still be able to prove or disprove that hypothesis. What?
Correct.
In a moment of crisis where the mastermind break their own rules or adhere to them no matter what.
In other words,
we can gain something whether we succeed or not. There's no reason not to do it, right? But
if you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward.
That's true. We know the danger. But if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice.
Hey.
Am I wrong? At the moment, I finally realized I had never seen the slightest hint of fear or despair in Kyoko's eyes. Her gaze was firmly fixed on the mystery ahead, the enemy standing before us. And with that in view, she just smiled. I can't change how I feel, and I wouldn't if I could. Then Kyoko took something from her coat pocket and held it out to me. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. If something happens.
However,
I'm not planning on dying, but there's always a chance of it. And death without meaning is unappealing.
Hey.
Please, I want you to hold on to it for me. Fine. I'll hold on to it, just because you asked me to. But I'm gonna give it back at some point. You can be sure of it.
Indeed.
Yes, of course.
Hey.
Oh, and one more thing. You can't tell anyone else about what I've discovered. Sure, because then there's a chance the mastermind might find out, right?
Indeed.
Well, there's that too. Huh? You mean there's something else?
Well.
It's nothing. Forget I said anything. I can't just forget that easily.
So then.
Okay, then shall we begin?
Makoto.
I'm counting on you, Makoto. I just have to get Monokuma's attention, right? Well, I'll give it my best shot.
Goodbye.
I'm going on ahead. The rest is up to you. Her curt goodbye was no different from any other time. And like every other time, she moved with a brisk pace as she left. What wasn't like every other time? Was the sudden knot I felt in my stomach as I watched her walk away? No, everything's gonna be fine. I know it! Because Kyoko, talking to myself, helped me shake off some of my anxiety. And then I got to work. Okay, well, we'll discover what's going to happen on the next stream. So, hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. I've been saying that recently, so I guess I'll do it now. Hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. If you did, smash the like. If you're new, subscribe. I'm out. I'll see you guys